Hello, everyone. How are you doing? I've got a very special guest today. Lots of abroad stories where small thing like this they go drive man come out for house. Hmm? Ah, okay. All right. We've got a special guest today, and by the time we're done, you guys are going to be grateful. I hope you guys are seeing the audio. I mean, hearing the audio and seeing the video clearly. Hey, my brother Kills, official Ikechukwu. So I've got a special guest. You guys are going to love this. Why you should not buy houses in your name, property in your name. All of you, they wrong, go abroad. Some of una go reach that abroad, una go live and work like slave because una no get sense. Today, na the day we collect sense. Okay, so we've got a very special guest, like I said earlier on. A lot of people don't they suggest. Don't worry. Today I've got a very special guest, like I said. And my guest is here. A real estate, a realtor. You know what? Let me not introduce him. Let me introduce himself. Someone says, I'm loving this topic. By the time we're done with this topic, oh, I'm going to set some of you free from slave trade. Oh, look at how good looking he is. Chai, hey, I can't look like tout. Hello, how are you doing? Ladies and gentlemen, our very special guest who owns today's session, by the way, is into real estate in the United States of America. And when he's done, you're going to have the floor, you're going to have the opportunity to ask him everything you need to know about real estate in America. How to join, how to avoid being swindled, what to do, because so many people believe real estate is safe and they put all their money in it, and when their wife is leaving, she leaves with all of it. So that and more when we're done with this wonderful gentleman. So please introduce yourself. You know, I cannot be calling you your Instagram name, even though you know me as Daddy Freeze. I'm sure you don't know my real name.
Uh, Hello, Daddy Freeze.
Hi, how are you doing? So please introduce yourself.
Yes. My name is Chuma
Hmm.
Anisobi, by the way. So I am from Anambra State,
Hmm.
and been living in the US since 2015. And yes, so back in Nigeria, I went to Nadazikiwe University. I studied engineering, electrical engineering. So fast forward to today, I live in the US. Okay, I've been in the oil and gas industry, since 2015, and as about 2020, so I started transitioning from the oil industry. Okay, after the COVID lockdown. Okay, so that was a blessing in disguise. So
It
I
was a
started
blessing in
transitioning.
disguise for many people. Oh.
Oh yes, yes. Because I mean, I had a lot of time on my hands to be able to, personally shop, for properties. All right, get real deep, into the properties. Because I mean, when I was in the oil industry, yeah, the pay is good. I mean, it's five figures every month, right? But then you don't have that time because I was always, away and all of that, flying up and down the whole U.S. Okay, so fast forward to today, I am in the real estate industry and I have acquired several properties. Okay, and I have Airbnbs, I have rental properties, and name them. So when I'm talking about, buying properties not in your name, I understand perfectly what I'm
Okay,
talking about.
before we even go into the meat of the matter, I always love talking to my clients and visitors about their educational background, especially those who settled abroad.
Okay.
So you studied engineering in Nnamdi Azikiwe University.
Yes.
That's Oka, if I'm correct.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Taste Bud is from Oka. She's your sister.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes, yes, yes. She's from Amobia. Do you know Amobia?
Oh, okay. I'm Obia.
She's
That's the
from,
neighboring town of Okay.
that's the neighboring town, yes. So, how easy was it to get a job in the United States with a Nigerian degree? Quick question.
Okay. So uh, I mean, I won't say generally, okay, but when you're talking about profession, especially engineering, that's got to do with skills. It's a skill set that you acquire. It's within you. You know it. You know it.
Hmm.
Right? So yes, so it wasn't difficult. When I came to the US, the skills transferred real smooth. So
Hmm. Hmm.
I didn't have any problem. Like, once I got started in the oil industry, which it was the electronic, part of it.
Hmm.
It
So
was,
the science you
just a
studied
little.
in Nigeria was useful in America.
Oh yes,
Oh, wow.
yes,
Wow. All the way from Oka. Okay. So
yes,
you were saying you were earning five figures.
yes.
Can you mention the figures?
I won't
You know why? Because
specific.
people want to see why real estate is so lucrative. How can you leave oil and gas work and get into real estate?
Okay, so both of them, okay, both
We're
of them are
talking core
lucrative.
science, it's not
All right.
engineering.
So
It's engineering and
one
IT
thing
is
you
not
know is
science.
this: when I was in the oil industry, I didn't own myself. Okay, someone owns my time. All right. I can tell you when I was in the I had flights. Like I booked my flight from my home to my work 6 months ahead. Like yes, like I'm on a clock. 6 months ahead. I have my flight scheduled just to get a good rate, right? So I was always flying out every 2 weeks and coming back, I didn't own myself. Pay was good, but still I didn't own myself.
Pay was
So yeah,
good. Pay was good. Wow, wow, wow.
yes,
This is the first time in a long time that we're having a serious topic, and we have
yes,
505 people watching on Instagram. We have about 40 people watching on TikTok, about 72 on YouTube, and about 204 on Facebook. So we have quite a few people today. People are interested in property.
yes,
Property is especially buying property abroad, and especially
yes.
when they're going to be hearing this from someone who not only schooled in Nigeria,
Mm-hmm.
worked in oil and gas abroad. So,
Yes.
how can property be so lucrative? Real estate as a business. How can it be so lucrative that an engineer would give up being an engineer to become a realtor? That is
Okay.
what brought the people here, and that is what you're going to throw light on. Before we even talk about who you should buy, which name you should buy the property in, and all
Okay.
that, tell us about your journey from oil and gas into real estate. What made you take that plunge, and why did you give up oil and gas?
Okay, so during the COVID lockdown, okay, I mean, I've always known that I've always known that real estate. In fact, statistics says that real estate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most millionaires come from real estate. Like about 90% of millionaires are in the real estate business. Okay, so that I know. Okay, but then the pay was good in the oil industry, and I mean we kept doing it, right? But all this time, I've always, like wanted to transition. All right. So fast forward to COVID-19 lockdown, the whole nation came to a halt. Everything came to a halt. Actually, crude oil sold for less negative, like in the negative.
Yes, minus.
Like they will pay you just to take all from there. You see, so the whole thing, now gave me some time, to, look back and say, okay, now I need to actually start thinking for myself. Okay, not just enriching the company. Actually, it's a multinational company. If I mention the name, you know it. But I won't call, they have office in Nigeria.
I'm sure it's Texaco, Joe.
I won't mention it. So that was when the transition actually began. Okay, with the little time I had at that time. Okay, I mean the airports pretty much shut down. Sometimes I'll be in a plane, like 5-6 people in a whole plane.
Wow.
The country shut down. So now I had a whole lot of time, and then I started delving real deep into the real estate industry. Okay, and that was how the whole thing started.
Wow. Wow. Now, real quick, going into this. How easy was the transition for you? You said when you were in oil and gas, you did not own your time. So in real estate, how easy was the transition, and what made you feel that this is really a future for you? The future lies here.
Okay, so one thing is that real estate is kind of is an asset. It's an asset class, of the wealthy. That's where you want to, it's a store of value. You can store your this thing on your wealth on real estate. Okay, and to an extent, it's a safe, investment strategy. Okay, I'm not saying it's the safest, okay, but it's a very good, like storage of a wealth. You can actually store wealth, in real estate. Okay, so the transition was pretty smooth. Okay, I had mentors, by my side. Okay, I had mentors by my side, right, that were guiding me all through the process, and I was also making money, okay, in the real estate industry. All right, I'm also my boss. I don't have to be on the clock. Actually, I had to cancel the whole flight for about 6 months, ahead. when I quit, I left the industry. I canceled all that flight.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I wanted to ask you, tell us about what made you even go into real estate? As in, okay, we're talking about COVID, there was a lockdown, oil prices dropped, a lot of people lost their jobs, oil and gas became uncertain. Right now, it's stabilized a bit. I wouldn't say thankfully to what's going on in Russia and Ukraine, but that also did help. That is why they say good luck, bad luck, who knows? It depends on where you are. Person wake by and person where they sell coffin, the two of them no fish shout God forbid. As person wey in family wan kpai, they say God forbid. Person wey wan sell coffin, if you follow them sing God forbid, e no go chop o.
Yeah.
So God forbid no be universal prayer.
Hmm.
I dey always tell people God forbid is not a universal prayer. Uh-huh. So tell us about how you transition, because for me, I worked on radio all my life before I decided to come on social media and do exactly what I was doing on the radio on social media. But I must warn you, it was scary. At a point in my life, I just couldn't leave the radio. I had outgrown it. In fact, I outgrew radio about 6 years ago, but or 7 years ago, as far back as 2016. But the problem is, I couldn't get myself to leave, primarily because I had developed a bond, an attachment to it. And last year, for instance, in January last year, about a year ago exactly, I was asked to come back to work physically, and I couldn't because I'd worked for the last 2 years from home. And I was like, you know what, this is that time now to let go. But it was really hard. So tell us, how did you leave the regimented oil and gas life? Because whether you like it or not, there's something I read about people who've lost their body parts, like an amputated leg. They still feel it there. So sometimes when you cut your job away, it's like you lose a leg or an arm, and you can still feel it there. It's gonna take a while. So how did you transition? What really gave you that push? And are you looking back at oil and gas, or you're done totally?
Okay, so like I told you earlier, I went to university for electrical and electronics engineering.
Hmm.
Okay, so I didn't study let's say petroleum or something specific to the oil. No. Okay, so when I went into the oil industry, I was still in that same electrical electronics. It's the
Hmm.
same thing. The skill continued. You see
Hmm.
that? So so when I left the oil industry, okay, I just left the industry. I didn't leave the electrical and electronics in me. I only left the industry.
Hmm.
You see the transition here.
Yeah.
I left the transition. I didn't leave the skill. The skill is with me. The skill set I apply it today in real estate. That electrical, electronics. This house I am right now, I designed the electrical in there. It's one of my houses. Okay, that I'm trying to put on Airbnb. The house I'm sitting on right now. I designed the electrical in this house. Okay, so the skill set is still there. I
Hmm.
only moved from one industry
To
to another.
another. Wow. Wow.
So
Wow.
I enjoy what I enjoy what I do. Okay, I don't like regret leaving the oil industry. Not at all.
Hmm.
The pay is good. I've acquired several properties within the short time frame.
Hmm.
Okay, so it's incomparable, and yeah, the
Now,
money is not a problem right now. The money, compared to no, it's not at all. I can,
so so
I can
so
tell
so
you.
right now you're telling me that you're making more money from your real estate business than you were from oil and gas.
Yes, and not only that, I've acquired several properties, many more properties, just by leaving the industry.
Oh. Okay.
You see that?
Now,
So now I have assets, lots of assets. You see, that cash flows give me passive income. You see, those are the things that the oil cannot transfer to me. It was an active income.
okay. Now I want to ask you a question. Um, Oil and gas. One thing the oil and gas industry is known for globally
Mm-hmm.
is
Please.
prompt payment of salaries, lots of benefits.
Mm-hmm.
How do you survive? And this is what messes up most oil and gas staff when they retire. They are used to those bonuses, that salary. They are used to drowning in all these things, and all of a sudden now you have to go outside and dig the ground and look for the money. So, how do you make money on a monthly basis so that you're able to take care of your bills? Oil and gas definitely is very good at that. But when you have to put your houses on the rent, you have to work for yourself. How do you sustain yourself monthly now with oil and gas? I mean,
Okay,
with real
so
estate.
sorry, what was the last one?
How do you maintain yourself with real
Okay,
estate? Is
so
it, there's some businesses that will give you bulk money 3 times a year or twice a year,
yes,
which will be the equivalent or even more than your oil company biz work that will give you the step. But you see, when you are used to that steady, sometimes that steady one is so sweet because it just takes care of everything. So tell us
you
about
see,
that.
I know perfectly what you're talking about. Okay, because because in the oil industry, so there's what we call the small check, the big check, and the medium check. Okay, so the big check, I mean, if it drops about like once every month or once every 6 weeks. So when it drops like this, man, it is big. It is big. So actually, when I initially left, so I kind of missed that. Okay, I kind of missed it, because I was kind of used to it. But then I know what I want. Okay, one thing
Mm,
is that knowing what you want, making that initial sacrifice. Okay,
mm,
you want to make that initial sacrifice for the future.
mm, mm,
For the future. That
mm,
was what I did. Okay, yes, I missed that check at the initial time. But then I know I don't just up and leave. And by the time I left, I had stacked, quite a number of benefits with me.
mm,
All right. Yeah, but then you're looking at the future. You're
mm,
looking at the future.
mm,
Take the pain, the immediate pain, for the benefit of the future. That was the way I looked at it, and I
mm.
called it. You see that? And I can tell you what I make today, right, is more than what I make in a year when I was in the oil industry.
Oh wow.
Yes, it is more than it.
Wow. 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 All right.
Okay. So talking about how I keep body and souls together. So I do fix and flip properties. Like I buy houses, okay, I fix them up, I sell them for profit.
Mm,
Okay, so I do this. Okay, for instance, I flipped a property, this month about 2 weeks ago. Okay, and just on one property, I made about $51,000.
hmm.
Okay, just on one. Okay, in the oil industry, they don't give, they don't give us that kind of checks on a weekly or monthly basis. No.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So
Okay.
just do the math. Okay, so that's the one thing. Then I have a properties, that tenants. I have tenants. I have property, rental properties. You see that? So money coming, on all these different avenues. I have Airbnb, that bring in money and all of that. Okay,
Hmm.
and yeah, so those are the
Okay.
and as time goes on, it gets better.
Absolutely. Now, there are lots, guys. If you're in the comment section, instead of you just jumping back and forth, please listen. This is an opportunity for you. If you are in Nigeria and you want to jackpot, unless you want to go and be flipping burgers, here's a gentleman who's going to teach you how to flip houses. Why don't you sit down and learn so you don't end up flipping burgers or working in a hospital sweeping floors or sweeping toilets or washing dishes in restaurants? Listen and learn. The problem I have with most Nigerians is we don't like to focus, we don't like to listen, we don't like to learn, and then we are angry at the government, we're angry. Meanwhile, people have understood the system. Every system has a hack. By default, there's a master key to every lock. You just have to know it or own it or have it or understand what it takes. And here is the gentleman who is going to be putting us through, guiding us in this particular regard. So, everybody, please be serious. So, tell us how people who are listening now can get into real estate. Are you offering any classes? Is there any way you can help guide people? What does it take for the general public, people who are listening to me right now? How do they, because flipping houses is not easy. You've got to have the skill set. Where do they get it from? You spoke of mentorship. Are you going to mentor anyone? Is there how you help them? What part of America are you staying in? What part of America is what you're talking about lucrative? You've got to be able to touch on all these points so that people can understand and put to good use the information you're sharing.
All right, then, so I have a masterclass coming up on January the 28th.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so January the 28th. So I'm starting for the very first.
That's 2 days from now. 2 days from now.
I didn't hear what.
That is 2 days from now.
Yes, 28th January.
That's on Saturday.
On Saturday.
Okay, awesome. Wanted to get the date right. Yes.
So January 28th. Okay, so there I'll be sharing a whole lot on how to start real estate business. Okay, whether you have experience or not, whether you have a lot of money or not, on how the different strategies you'll be using to start getting into real estate business. There's a whole lot in this business. Okay, and this year presents a huge opportunity in the real estate, to absorb properties at a good price. You see, can you say that? So you want to get this knowledge, okay? Go to my site, www.wealthfasttrack.com/events. Wealthfasttrack.com/events. Okay? The fast track is spelled 1T.com/events. Go there and sign up.
Can you say it so I can put it up again? Wealth. www. Hold on. www.wealth fast track.
Yes. So the fast track is a 1T. Fast track 1T.
.com to register.
Yes. So go there, sign up for this particular event. Okay, it's a free masterclass. Okay, any question you have, we'll answer that question that very day.
Okay, so it's a free masterclass.
Yes.
www.wealthfasttrack.com. Fast track has just one T. Wealthfasttrack.com. Go there and register. It's a free masterclass. Nigerians, no need for you to start having heart attack. I would not even do a masterclass without charging. I will never do a masterclass. But this gentleman wants to help you. So why don't you guys go and check that out? Before we even go any further, a lot of people are asking the question that brought us here: why shouldn't you buy property in your name? Please help us with that.
Okay. So the thing is this, especially in the diaspora, Okay. So recently there have been a lot of stories flying around. Okay, where let's say a couple, and all of a sudden, let's say the man gets sent out of the home. All right, and then the spouse takes over the property. You see that? Why should that be? That should not happen. Okay, so yes. The thing is this. Okay, one thing you have to understand first. Okay, is the mindset. In all this, in the mindset. Okay, when you change the mindset from ownership, change it from ownership to control. Okay, you just want to control, don't own, control. This especially in the diaspora. Okay, this is in particular to people that live, outside the country. Okay, you don't want to own all those. When it's in your name, I mean, it's a liability. Who wants liability? Yes, your primary residence is the biggest liability you have.
Help me tell them, oh, I wear fake watches, but I live in original mansion. Living in original mansion is worse by far. Let me tell you something. I'm not a real estate agent. I'm not a realtor, but I'll tell you something for free. House no be asset if you dey live inside.
Yes.
And if your house cannot generate its value every 10 years, that's the value of the stress and everything you put in it, you cannot get it back in 10 years. It's a liability, a total liability.
Yes. So it's a liability, okay? Okay, now why do you want to make it more complex? It's already complex. You want to make it more complex by putting in your name. See that? Yes, by putting your name, you are making it more complex. Okay, now you've opened yourself up to, let's say, lawsuits. Somebody wants to sue you. Okay, now they can see that this is our public information. Now they see, okay, you got, things that are interesting to them. You see that? Now you become a target. So for liability issues, you don't want that. And then marital issues. Okay? Marital issue. It makes the whole thing, you don't want to, you walk out with nothing. I hear a lot of stories. I've also seen you, having conversation with some people that, and I'm like, this shouldn't have happened in the first place.
So what are they supposed to do? Because we come from Nigeria. I remember when I was a child, my uncle borrowed money to buy a car, and the car was not in his name. I felt like he was the biggest failure in the world. How can you be driving a car that is not in your name, is in a bank's name? But hey, guess what? He was the one driving the car. But you see, we come from a place where we own everything. And as far as I'm concerned, it's a very backward mentality. It's only backward, primitive people that own things.
Yes.
Abroad, nobody own. You don't own your house, your phone. Your phone is on rental. Your house on rental. As much things as possible are on rental, or you're leasing or something. So talk about this ownership. Why is it a disadvantage, and what is the way out for Nigerians who like to own everything from pot to pan and spoon?
Okay, so what you should be aiming for is this. You want to be aiming for control, not ownership in your name. No, not ownership in your name. Control. Be it a Ferrari, be it a mansion. You see what I'm saying? So you want to be the one that has the key. That it makes a decision on this particular property, on this particular. You don't want to put it in your name. When you have it in your name, it opens you up to lawsuits.
So whose name should you put it in?
Greed, let's say marital issues. Now the spouse is, wants to take away the house or wants to take away the property. Okay, and then most states here have what you call community property. Okay, if you're married, whatever thing you have, is a 50-50. You and your spouse, it becomes 50-50. If you have this property, if you buy this property through, let's say, your trust or your LLC, okay, limited liability company, okay, it protects you. It protects you. Any lawsuits against you cannot find the property. You see that? Lawsuit against you can't, access the property. So you have put, like a safe measure between you as a person and the house or the property, as the case may be. You see that? And then, let's say in a marital conflict, we all don't want that, but, it does happen, right? In a marital conflict, right? the other partner cannot just take 50% of the house because it's an LLC. You see that? So that becomes a different thing altogether. You see that? It becomes a different thing altogether. So that's why you don't want to have all these things in your name. You don't want to put it. The worst thing you do is to put all these things in your name. I'm telling you. Okay?
Yes.
We hope for the best. We hope for the best. But, things do happen.
We've got to prepare for the worst, even though we hope for the best. Now, there's so many people, guys, like I said, listen and learn. There's Taste Buds is doing so much listening and learning, and so am I. We're listening, we're learning, we're trying to get things figured out. You jumping up and down the comment section, like I said earlier on, is not going to help you. There are people who have come to watch my videos and have picked one or two things, learned one or two things, made contacts and all that. Please leave the trolling in the comment section. I hope you're getting paid to get trolled, because this gentleman here is getting paid to sell houses, to flip houses, to do B&B and all that. So pay attention. It's very, very important. Question: what does anyone need to start a real estate business now?
Okay, so if you want to start a real estate business, okay, so the very first thing you need to look at is, where do you stand in terms of your credit? Okay, in terms of your credit, especially in the abroad. Let me put it that way. Okay, because here you don't want to use your money. You want to, as much as possible, use what they call OPM, other people's money. Okay, and that's where your credit becomes important. It can help you to achieve a whole lot. Okay, in a short time. Using other people's money. Okay, so you want to look at your credit. What does it look like? Okay, then you want to look at your city, where you are. You want to register a business in an LLC, at least. Okay, you want to register a business in an LLC. And that's the very first step you take. And before you do all this, I will advise you, get a mentor.
Are you willing to mentor people, or you're just advising that they should get a mentor?
So I mentor people. Okay, I mentor people. So like I said, on Saturday the 28th, I'm holding a Masterclass. It's going to be 2 days, free Masterclass, 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. Okay, sign up for this class. Okay, so that's the information you're going to learn from this class. I also offer mentorship program where I take you by hand to achieve all of this. All right. So talking about that, make sure you get a mentor. Sign up for my mentorship class. Okay, you don't want to start all this with nobody knowing what you're doing. It's easy to lose tens of thousands of dollars in this industry. Yes, very easy to lose tens of thousands. And then it's also easy to make a whole lot of money in this industry. But like I said, you need a mentor, and that's where people like us come in. Okay, I can mentor you even if you don't have a lot of money to get started in this industry. Okay, there's how you get started. There's a spot for you. Okay, the industry is quite big. It's a very big industry. Okay, so sign up for this class. Okay, www.wealthfasttrack.com. wealthfasttrack.com.
Okay.
Sign up for this. It's very important.
Quite a few people are saying, I'll sign up. Afri Dolly has said she'll sign up. It's so easy to sign up. www.wealthfasttrack.com. fasttrack.com. Fast Track
Yes.
is spelled fast, F-A-S-T, track, T-R-A-C-K, but it's spelled together, F-A-S-T-R-A-C-K, Fast Track with only one T,
Yes.
wealthfasttrack.com. Quite a few people have signed on. Haircast 6 has signed on. Um, what state are you transacting business from? Somebody's asking.
Okay, so I transact business from Missouri. That's where I am right now. Okay, but then I have properties, in multiple states in the U.S. Okay, so yeah, for right now, I transact from Missouri State in the Midwest. So yes,
Awesome. Now,
yeah,
a
and
lot of
I'm also
people.
expanding my operation. I also expanded my operation to Florida. So if you're in Florida, I hope to see you
A lot of people are
this
asking,
month.
is it free? Is it free? Is it free? The best mentorship classes are not free, but he's starting free just to bring you on
Yes,
board and show you a few things. And I'm sure, as you progress in this particular industry, you'd understand better and you'd be able to know what the industry requires and how to operate the industry. Now, a lot of people are asking, what's the difference between an LLC and a trust?
okay, so the difference, I won't go specifically into it. I will advise you because I'm not licensed to discuss such things or advice in that area. Okay, here everything is regulated, but I'll ask you to talk to your attorney or to your accountant. Okay, talk to them to advise you on the bet. But for me, I do LLCs for now. So
How
if you want to
easy is
start
it
out
to
with
open an
LLC, that's great.
LLC? For instance, if you want to set up an LLC, how easy is it to open an LLC?
So LLCs can be opened within 1 day, 2 days. So it's not something that is so, and you don't spend a lot of money to open it. Okay, those are all the things we'll be talking about in the masterclass, that is coming up on Saturday. Okay, and how to even start your business, your rental. Like if you want to get into property rentals, how to get started, the right locations, things you need to know, okay, how to negotiate the deals, okay, how to know when to flip a property or when to keep. You see that? And we'll be talking a whole lot like how to start an Airbnb business. This property I am in right now is my Airbnb is an Airbnb. Okay, it's still being set up, waiting on the city to give permits. So all these things we'll be talking about on Saturday and Sunday as well. 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. So we'll be talking
The
about
rustling, the rustling, the
the
rustling
business
venture.
setups. Okay, if you're ready that day, you should be able to sign up and create your LLC, file for LLC on that same Saturday. Obviously, it's gonna be ready, the coming week because weekends, government offices don't open on the weekends,
Oh,
right?
awesome, 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 awesome,
Yes.
awesome.
So we should be able to get started to register your LLCs. I advise people to start from there. Okay, it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. You don't need a whole lot of maybe a whole lot of advice to get started. Later on, you can convert. Okay, so
Yes.
yes. So that is that on this Saturday. All right, and we'll be
Once
talking
I'm
about
done, I'm coming. I come.
Airbnb. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly. I can hear you
Okay, so
clearly.
we'll also be talking about even if you don't own any property, how you can get started. All right, and then how you can transition to start owning property because the wealth is when you control. The wealth is in when you control.
Not when you
Okay.
own, when you control.
Yes, when you control, that's where the wealth is.
Okay.
You can start an Airbnb, okay? Let's say using another person's property. which is what I'm going to be teaching you how to get started.
Oh, so you don't even
Saturday.
need to have your own property. You can actually start this business using another person's property.
Using another person's property.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. I didn't know
Yes.
that.
Yes. So you can get started. You can get started, through that method.
Okay, Saturday is the
Yeah.
time. Saturday is the day. What time on Saturday?
So on Saturday, Central Standard Time is 1 p.m., which translates to 8 p.m. Nigerian time.
Okay,
West African
so
time.
8 p.m. Nigerian time, which is 1 p.m. standard time. So if you're in
That's
the
Central
US,
Standard Time.
Central Standard Time. If you are in the US, this would help you. Central Standard Time, 1 p.m., 8 p.m. Nigerian time on Saturday. Now, is this seminar of yours, this how do I put it? This masterclass of yours on
Masterclass.
Saturday,
Yes.
is it beneficial for Nigerians, or the people who should register are strictly those who live in America? What about the people in Canada? What about the people in the UK? Other parts of Europe? How useful is their masterclass?
Okay, so this translates to everybody, be you in Nigeria, be you in UK, Canada, Australia, wherever you are. Okay, this translates. I can tell you, some people are crushing it, living in Nigeria. Okay, in investing in here.
Oh, so people
Yes,
living in Nigeria also have the opportunity of investing in the States.
yes. I have a couple of them that work with me. They live in Nigeria. They work with me. Okay, like I make it available for them to be able to, carve out a niche in this industry for them while living in Nigeria. You see that? Making
Yeah.
dollars here while living in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so that is and wherever you are in, be it in Canada, it's the same thing. It's just a little tweak. Okay, and you should be good.
All right. Ofunoye na Canada says, I just registered. It only shows me I subscribed. How can we join the masterclass?
Yes, so that's the very first thing you do when you sign up. Okay, now you're gonna get a link to a Zoom link. Okay, to the class. Okay, that will be coming up in the next couple of days.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
this is it's limited. We can only take 180 people. 180 people, and that's it. Okay? So, yes. So you want to sign up now.
Okay, guys. So this is an opportunity. Sign up now. www.wealthfasttrack.com. Fast track is spelt with only one T. FASTRACK. Fast track with only one T. www.wealthfasttrack.com. Masterclass coming up this Saturday. Make sure you join in. A lot of people are saying, how much is it to sign up? It's absolutely free. Absolutely free. You can learn about the real estate industry, whether you live in Nigeria or Canada or UK or Europe, whether you live in Dubai or Senegal. You can learn about it, and no knowledge is wasted. So I'm going to bring a couple of people up to ask questions.
Okay.
So if you want to ask a question, please raise your hand or send me a request. It's free of charge. Someone says, can someone register an LLC without living in the United States?
I would say yes and no. Okay? Yes, in the sense that it's possible, you can. All right? But then when you talk about getting your what you call EIN, employer identification number, okay, which has to do with the government, all right, how you file your taxes. So the requirement is there has to be at least one member living in the US. Okay, so it's something you can partner with someone, all right, and yeah, that should be possible. Once you partner with somebody, that should be possible that lives in the US. That's possible.
Someone Osa he says you can in Delaware and some other states. Some other people says you need social security number. How true is this?
Okay, so when I talk about the having somebody that lives in the US, okay, that's what I mean by that. Okay, somebody that is in the US that has a social security number is the person that can, like I said, you have to find a partner, get a partner. Okay, if you remember, I told you about people in Nigeria that kind of work with me, okay, to be able to set up their business here. You see that? So when you have a partner, this partner has a social security number, and that's the partner that represents the business before the government. Other than that, you're good.
Okay. Anybody who wants to ask questions, you can raise your hand, or you can also ask your questions via the comment section. One guy is saying, "Fufu market, I'm removing you from my life. Let me rapture you. Go and eat the fufu that is hungering you." See, poverty mentality. We are talking of how to get people out of poverty, how to help people, how to direct people's minds. And you are here talking about fufu.
Income, so that you don't have to go clocking, $10 an hour, $20 an hour, $30 an hour. Those gets you.
Meanwhile, his head now fufu full inside. Make person grow. Fufu na ain't come full in head. Okay, so somebody's saying, what's the down payment percentage?
So I want to talk about down payments, okay? I want to talk about down payments. I also want to mention capital, if you need capital and all of that. Okay, so when you talk about real estate, okay, the thing is this. You need to have a skin in the game. Especially you want to own the property. Okay? They want to see your skin in the game. And by law, it's required of them. Okay? I'm talking about the lenders here. You see that? So by law, it's required of them for you to have a skin in the game. So technically, for investment property, which is, what I am talking about here, okay, you want to do a 20% down payment. That's what is expected of you. However, okay, I've purchased properties without doing any of that. You see that? So that when you talk about creative financing, that's what I mean. And those are the things that will be talked about, during the Saturday events. Okay, creative financing, how to finance these deals. Yes. Okay, for instance, I'll give you an example here. Okay, I have bought a property. Okay, and the only thing that this property cost me was $2,000. $2,000. Okay, today that same property is worth close to $200,000, and I still own the property. I control it, and I have a tenant in this property, and this property brings in about $1,200 a month.
Now, how did you use $2,000 to get a property?
Those are the things that we'll be talking about. It's called creative financing. So the only thing that came from me was $2,000. And today, not only do I still control the property, right? I get about $1,200.
A lot of people are saying, how did you get to do this? How is this possible?
It is possible when you understand the industry and when you understand how to find creative financing, how to negotiate deals. You see that? A lot of people don't know this. Okay, they go it, just like go make your payment and all of this. No, sometimes it's not like that. You see that? That's where you develop relationship in the industry as you are, as you keep going. Those things don't come without being without being involved. You need to show up. You see that? You need to show up. So these are the kind of deals. When a good deal, comes up, you get notified. Hey, do you want this property? Even before it comes out to the public, they ask you if you want to buy it. You see that? And that's where the sweet deals, is. When you get it off the market. And that, as an investor, okay, as somebody, we'll be talking a whole lot more on this on Saturday, okay? We'll be talking a whole lot more on this on Saturday.
www.wealthfasttrack.com. Register now. www.wealthfasttrack.com. Fast Track is spelled with only one T. We've got a gentleman in here, Ofonye Canada. I hope I got that correctly.
Yes, you got it. Thank you, Daddy Freeze.
You are most welcome. Go ahead.
I have just a quick question because LLC is not offered in Canada. And we are going to be joining from here. I think Canadians operate with LLP. I don't know if you can explain that to us so we will know how we will go about that, please.
Okay. LLC is what they do here. And we also do LLP, which is Limited Liability Partnership. That's what the LLP stands for. Okay. So, like I said, when I talked about the tweak, that there will be a little tweak here and there, I'm talking about specifically to the different countries you might be. Okay. So, talking about you might want to go to your city. Okay, your city where you live. Okay, and make inquiry about the right this thing to set up in your locality. Okay, you get what I mean?
Sorry, come again. I didn't get everything you said.
Okay, like you have to go to your city where you live. Okay, the city county office or whatever you call it in the particular area where you live. Okay, and make inquiry as to the different forms of business that is available in your locality. But other than that, every other thing we'll be talking about applies anywhere. Okay, but there will be a little bit, tweaks on the names. It might be called in your locality versus what it is called in the US. You get where I'm coming from?
Yeah. Okay. So when you get at the explaining the LLC, are you also gonna let us know more about LLP?
I will mention LLP a little bit. Like I said, I'm not an accountant. I'm not licensed to, discuss and advise in that area. It's outside my scope. Okay. So, but I'll just mention the minimum you need to get, registered to get started. And then you can seek counsel, right, as to the next level of protection that you might need along the line.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Daddy Freeze, thank you so much.
You are most welcome, brother. God bless you. Quite a few more questions, and then we'll call it a beautiful evening. Somebody has joined our live, and this is this is Olanri Waju.
Yes, Daddy Freeze. How are you, sir?
I'm very well, thank you, sir. So go ahead, proceed with your question.
Yes, sir. I wanted to ask the gentleman, he mentioned 20% down payment, right? And my question is, would that be for single-family homes or multi-family homes?
Okay, so when you talk about investment property, that's the minimum the bank or the lenders want you to contribute, just to be it single family or multi-family. They want to see your skin in the game, that you have something you are bringing onto the table. Okay, and usually that's what is required of them. Okay, some go as far as high as 25% or 30%. Okay, depending on the lenders. I'll also be talking about how to get the property without the 20%.
Okay, that's awesome. And also, I want to corroborate something that you said earlier. I live in Detroit.
Okay.
And back in 2008, when the collapse happened, there were houses that were sold here $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. Some people bought a whole block of houses. Those houses now, $200,000, $150,000. So yes, I'm praying that should happen again, but it probably wouldn't. It probably wouldn't happen. So when you say you bought a house for $2,000, I actually agree. I believe that because I have seen it happen. I have people who are, because I'm into real estate, so I just started. I have people mentoring me. But yeah, it's a really, really, really good thing. And a lot of people don't understand, it's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, so talking about that, okay. So this year, especially, we already know the recession that we are looking forward to and all of that.
Right.
I mean, yes. I mean, in as much as we don't want that, right? But then it also opens up another opportunity in the real estate industry. To be able to absorb all these properties. And guess what? It's when you know how to go about this the right way, okay? Now you'll be able to pick up those properties maybe for even $100.
Yes,
you see that?
Millionaires are made in recession.
Exactly. Millionaires are made in recession. It will favor some, but then if you are strategically positioned, it will favor you.
Absolutely.
You see that? It will favor you. So it's part of the training on Saturday, how to structure all this. Okay, for instance, there's what you call in fact, let me leave that until Saturday. I don't want to be spilling the whole thing.
Spill the beans,
Okay.
let me know.
So
If you want him to spill the beans, join live on Saturday. So you can be part of the masterclass at www.wealthfasttrack.com. Go there and register. Go there and register. Somebody says, Daddy Freeze, do you approve this? Let me tell you one thing with business. Any business is risky. Including dating a girl and giving her money is risky. She can serve you breakfast tomorrow. So Daddy Freeze will not be held liable for any transaction you make with your money. Every day I wake up, I make transactions. I don't come and lock your shoe or lock your cloth. Just know that business requires a little bit of risk. But at your age, you should know the kind of risk you should be taking and the kind of risk you should not be taking. Am I going to come and open your mouth and put feeding bottle inside? So always keep that at the back of your mind. Any financial decision you take is taken at your own risk, not at Daddy Free's risk. I always try to include that. So I'll not be sleeping one day and somebody will be calling that I invested for 6 months, but I got tired of the investment after 3 days. They've now not given me my money back. You entered the contract for 6 months. After 3 days, you want to see profit. Did you not read what you signed?
It doesn't work that way.
Were you eating a bono soup when you were signing? Then the next thing say, oh, Daddy Freeze, no mention my name. Oh. Any financial decision you take is taken at your own risk. Keep that at the back of your mind. I don't tell you my own. Now, real quick, for the mentoring, what do people stand to gain if they choose you? Because mentor full internet. Oh.
Yes, okay. So talking about mentorship, okay. So in this, I only have like 10 slots every month. I'll open up 10 slots every month. So this mentorship, they can always reach me, okay, I'll help them analyze a particular deal. Like if they see a deal, a property, I'll help them analyze it and, to tell them if this meets, a go or don't go. You get what I mean? Now, that information comes from experience. I will introduce them to my lenders. You see that? The banks and, people like that work with me, have developed relationship with over time. You see that? So these are the people, based on my interaction with them, my business with them. Okay? Now they know, okay, I'm referring someone to them. Now they are easier to do business with them than, if they had come from, especially when they have no experience. You see that? Especially when you have no experience. That's where the mentorship, comes in. Okay? Take, for instance, you want to flip a property. All right? You want to buy a house and fix it and flip it. Now, how do you know what you will be able to sell that house for? Is where the mentor comes in. Even before you buy the house, I should be able to help you analyze this and say, okay, this is how much you can sell that house for. Even before you buy it, to even fix it up to sell. Now you have a working platform, somebody that you can always reach to guide you. Make sure you don't make mistakes. Okay? Make mistakes. To make sure you don't make mistakes.
Okay.
Right? So those are the things you get from mentorship. Very important. Very important. It's easy to lose money. It's easy to lose money in this. And when you're talking about losing money, you're talking about in thousands. We're not talking about hundreds. We are talking about real estate. We're not talking about hundreds. We're talking about thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. Those are the numbers you see. At the time, you become comfortable with all those numbers. All
okay. Right? Okay. Awesome. We've got a lady here who wants to ask a few questions. Go ahead, madam.
First of all, I want to know how much is a mentorship? And is it a one-time payment for a lifetime? Or is it a yearly renewal?
Okay, so it's just a one-time. It's a one-time payment, okay? And everything is on the website. When you go to the website, you see the mentorship. Right now, it's at 2,900, thereabouts. Is what it is right now for mentorship. Okay? But that doesn't take away from the free class on Saturday. It's still free. But this is if you want to work with me one-on-one, analyze the help you identify, okay, this is a good, buy this. This is good. You get what I mean? That one-on-one touch. You see that? To make sure you achieve success. Not just to set you out there, and then, for you to go figure it out. No. To make sure you achieve success, that the property you buy brings in the value that is expected of it. You see that? Be it on Airbnb,
Yeah, because I'm actually on Airbnb. I'm into short-let. I have some apartments in Atikeja, VI, Ikoyi, Lekki.
Okay. Oh, good.
So, yeah, this thing when you start is not that easy, but there's a lot of competition, and I love standing out when doing stuff. That's why I'm asking of mentorship. Maybe after the call, I'll chat with you, so we can start from there. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Absolutely awesome. Thank you so much, my darling sister, Comfort Ekanem. So you are in Nigeria.
Comfort Ekanem.
Ekanem. You are in Nigeria, right?
I'm in Nigeria, yeah. I'm from Cross River State.
Okay. Where are you? Are you in Lagos?
Yeah, I'm in Lagos.
Oh, okay. Nice. I want to take a few more questions. Thank you, Comfort. And thank you, Olanrewaju. God bless you. Thank you guys for joining us live. We've got one more question from people. By the way, it's www.wealthfasttrack.com. Fast track only one T. Wealthfasttrack.com. Fast track with only one T. All right, so I'm just going to bring one more question, and after that, we'll call it a day. Thank you so much, everyone. All right. So, brother, we've got a gentleman here. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My question is, I want to find out about the VA loan. How easy, if someone don't want to use a VA loan, how is it gonna be if you want to use your VA, buy property and going to Airbnb and also rent it out?
Okay. I cannot tell or advise you what to do with VA loan. Okay, because one is this: I know VA loan is a controlled kind of lending. Okay, it's for veterans. You have to be a veteran, for you to be able to even qualify for a VA loan. So if you're not a veteran, like having served in the military or stuff like that, you cannot get access to it.
Yes, I am a veteran, so that's what I'm asking you, because I just bought a property now. Okay. So I'm contemplating on turning my basement to Airbnb or maybe just rent it out.
Okay, I guess you have to reach out to your lender, let them know what you intend to do, because there has to be some criteria when they give you the loan. All right, because you didn't sign it up as an investment property. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be where you live, right? So okay. if you want to rent out an Airbnb in your, you have to reach out to them to make sure it's okay with them before you go that route. Okay. All right. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Daddy Freaks.
You are most welcome. You are most welcome. So we've got more people. I think I said this would be our last caller, but I have quite a few people who want to ask questions. So let me just allow them. JB, God bless you, bro. Take care. One more question. Remember, it's www.wealthfasttrack.com. Fast track is spelled F-A-S-T, track, T-R-A-C-K, but the fast track is spelled with only one T, so it is F-A-S-T-R-A-C-K. So it's more like fast rack. Rack and fast. Fast rack, not fast track. Fast rack. Even though it's actually fast track, it's spelled fast rack. Okay, F-A-S-T-R-A-C-K. All right, we've got a little lady up in the building. What's your name and what is your question?
Good evening, Daddy Freeze. My
Good
name
evening.
is Joy. Good evening, sir. I have a question about the whole real estate concept. Do you do like a joint pool where we have multiple investors coming together to get a property and then investing on it and then getting the profit out of it? Do you do such?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So go to the website. You are going to see a section for investors, right? And okay. Send an email, and then we'll continue from there. All right.
Okay, I already registered, but I just want to be sure. So the registration is the same as the subscription. Is that correct?
So yes. So the registration. Okay. The registration is different. Like /events, you go to the event, you click on register. Okay.
Okay.
You click on register. Uh-huh. When you go to the event section, you click on the register for this particular event. Okay, on Saturday.
Yes, right? I did that.
Talking about the investor, send an email to investors@wealthfasttrack.com. Investors@wealthfasttrack.com.
So we can't get your number. Can we get your number or your contact? No, not now. Not now. Like
Okay,
afterwards. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Daddy Freeze.
You are most welcome. So, guys, go to www.wealthfasttrack.com to register. So, thank you, my darling sister, for joining. And what are your final thoughts?
Okay, so I want you to go and register for this event. It's a free masterclass. I'll be sharing everything, how to get started, the credit system, the funding, how to get started on Airbnb, should you want to go that route, how to like wholesale, okay, how to wholesale, how you can do this even in your area, all right, how you can do this in your area wherever you live, okay, with just a little tweak based on your environment that I cannot, I don't live in your environment, so, but you can tweak it to suit where you live, and yeah, go and register. And I can only take 180 people. 180 people. Some people are already registered right now. So once it's full, the class is full, and we can't take any other person. All right. Like I said, this is the free masterclass for you to set out your year right. This is January. The year is just starting. Okay. The year is just starting. I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Thank you so much. More Grace the Flow says he has a question. I think he's signed out now. More Grace the Flow. I'm going to allow you to ask just one quick question, and that's it, because we're calling it a day after that. Quite a lot of people have said they've registered even on YouTube. It's www.wealthtrack.com, but it's spelled Wealth Rack with only one T. Wealthfasttrack.com. www.wealthfasttrack.com. We've got somebody here. Yes, hello, sir.
Good evening, Dad Freeze, and good evening, boss.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Samuel. Yeah, I'm currently in Ghana.
All right.
Please, I want to ask a question. I just bought a few acres of land here in Ghana. And,
Okay.
I wanted to ask, how do you determine the value of a piece of land before you begin your construction work?
Okay, like I said, you have to find out what works in your environment. Okay, here in the US, I can easily give you a number. It won't take me time to figure out what a property is worth. Okay, because we have the data. The data is here. In Ghana, I don't know if they have a data for you to be able to do that. So this is something you have to, find out what works in your environment and make a tweak. Like I said, make a tweak to suit your environment. Okay?
Okay. Thank you very much. Another question, please. When investing into real estate, and you have the privilege of choosing people you should work with, what are the things you should look at for?
Okay, so one is this: you have to check their credibility. Say, for instance, you want to hire a contractor, right? You want to see the work they already done in the past. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Especially you that is going into construction. You want to see what work they already done before, what it looks like. You see that you want to see some pictures, okay? And you can as well see if they have a reference, somebody you can call that knows, the work they have done. All right. And then also check, depending on where you live, okay, check with the city to make sure they are licensed to do what they say they are doing. You see that?
Okay.
Those are the
Thank you very
primary.
much.
Those are the three things. Once you get it right, then you shouldn't have a whole lot of problems.
Ooh.
Thank you very much. So, do you mentor people from Africa like I am now in Ghana?
Yes. So go to the site, sign up, right? And then you can send email, tell me about the mentorship, specifically for Ghana. Specifically for Ghana. But like I said, you have to make some tweaks based on your environment. I cannot determine your environment. Talk about the US, yes, I'll tell you, without, I'll give you the data. Because the data, there's data in this environment, okay? But in some places, there's no record. It's difficult to ascertain what works in your environment. But the whole concept still remains the same. Make a little tweak to suit your environment based on the regulations in your environment, okay, and what works, and you should be all right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, my brother. God
Last
bless
question
you.
before
www.wealthfasttrack.com. Register now for the free masterclass on Saturday, 8 p.m. Nigerian time and 1 p.m. his time. What's that your time again? Central time?
Yeah, Central Time. So 1 p.m. Central Time.
Which is 8 p.m.
Okay.
Nigerian time.
Which is 8
This
p.m.
Saturday.
Nigerian time.
It's a free masterclass. Don't miss it. Free masterclass this Saturday. Go to register now at www.wealthfasttrack.com. Go there and register. Thank you so much for joining us live. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, so the people asking what state? The state is Missouri. That's where I am right now. I also have properties in a lot of states, okay? And I'm moving my operations to Florida. So from next month, in February, the operation will be from Florida, state of Florida. So I think that's it. That's it. Any other question you have, please ask at the masterclass. We're going to have some time for the Q&A. Any questions you have, please ask, okay?
All right, guys. Take care. God bless. And once again, free masterclass on Saturday, www.wealthfasttrack.com. Register now. Only 109 slots.
190.
190 slots
maximum
available. Maximum is 190. So make sure you register now. It's free of charge. If you want mentoring, you're going to have to pay for that. But the masterclass is free. Do make sure you join. Take care and God bless.